Oh my god, and I remembered to actually unsync it. Holy shit. No worries. I mean, we could do it synced, so like, there's various stages now, right? So you can do it unsynced, and it lets you use whatever gear you have. You can do it synced, regular, which is what we did like all this time up until this last patch, which was at 735, and that was the eye level sync, like hard cap. High level sync was at 35. But then they introduced also min eye level, which which is 710. But if you do 710 and get it clear, everyone is guaranteed. Well, each alliance is guaranteed a set of the rare loot, which is really nice. But as a bunch of these parties have discovered that have been popping up, item level 710, the min eye level, to get it clear with it is quite difficult. It is definitely not for like the average person. Like, this is not a knock against anyone, but like realistically, it's not very casual friendly. Like, it's very intense on like supports, especially for healing, for mitigations. Like, everything hurts so much more, and it's that much harder to recover from deaths compared to this. If we're unsyncing it, we have a lot more health, we have some more stamina, like, stats to go around, so it's a lot easier. Honestly, typically I would just be doing synced, but I happen to remember that we could unsync it, so I'm just trying to unsync for today. I'm not really sure how much of a difference it's really going to make, though, because we're only mainly going to be doing Cart 1. But yeah. Everyone who watched the cutscene, please enjoy the cutscene, and then we'll get into some little housekeeping stuff. Yeah. Alright. Welcome, everybody, to the Cloud of Darkness Chaotic Alliance raid. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for those who are filled in. We are starting a little bit late, unfortunately, so I'll try to be a little bit brief with some of the stuff. But let me know if you need me to slow down or re-explain anything, okay? But housekeeping first. Stand on the 1 if you are brand new to the fight. If this is your first time in the instance. If you're brand new to the Cloud of Darkness. Cool beans. Stand on the 2 if you are progging anywhere else in the fight, but you haven't cleared yet. Okay. And then stand on the 3 if you have cleared, you're just here to help fill in, practice an alt job, refresh on stuff. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so it looks like we have a pretty decent spread of everything, right? So, but we still have quite a decent amount of proggers, so let's make sure we're all being very patient with each other. Okay, cool. Let's do some light parties. So with these light parties, A, B, C from left to right, okay? And then it's also color coded. So Alliance A is like the red ones, B is yellow, C is blue. A, B, C up here in the front row, this is for Light Parties 1, and this is 1, 2, 3 back here. This is for Light Party 2 of the respective alliances, okay? If you had a reservation, just make sure you're staying in the waymark that's associated with your reservation. Everybody else, just flex and adjust. There should be 1 tank, 1 healer, 1 melee DPS, and 1 ranged DPS per waymark, okay? So let's make sure there's 4 people in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Okay. So just keep these light parties in mind, okay? Keep these light parties in mind as we keep going forward. So let's discuss what actually happens in this fight. So we, to begin with, we have our pre-phase, phase 0, if you will. She's going to use Blade of Darkness twice. Either it's going to be, 1 arm or 1 hand put down, and she's showing you which side is safe. So you just dodge underneath the hand, and there'll be like a donut AoE. If she puts both arms down in a way, that basically means that she's charging up a big old point blank AoE. The safe spot is going to be between the 2 and the B way markers, okay? So range people, get over to the 2 and B, like between the 2 and B. For our melees and our tanks, you can feel free to go ahead and keep hitting the boss, keep your uptime. We just ask that you use your mitigations and use your self-heals, okay? If you get hit by any of these cleaves at the beginning, you're going to get a pretty nasty dot applied to yourself. So, we don't want to waste all the resources of the healers at the first 30 seconds of the fight. So please use your own mitigations and heals. Your bloodbaths, your second winds, whatever, tank mitigations, what have you. Yeah, okay, cool. Great. After that, the boss will cast a bleed wide. So rage wide for the bleed, get some feints, addles, reprisals, spantles, whatever, samba, shields. Then we take the damage. We get into phase 1 proper, okay? It's going to change the arena into a tan diamond. That's phase 1 proper. Once we get into phase 1, the boss is going to start lobbing some autos at the first aggro target in each alliance. That should be on the tanks. So tanks, every single tank stance on right now. There is no main tank or off tank for this fight. Every single tank needs to have their tank stance on the whole entire time. Once the autos go out, the top aggro gets the autos. They're going to get a stacking thunder resistance down debuff. This means with every single consecutive auto, it hurts a bit more. This can go from 1 all the way to 16 stacks. But, you know, as you get close to like double digits, it's going to be cleaving like basically your whole entire health bar. So let's not have that happen, right? Because that's a lot of wasted resources of MIT and healing from the healers. The sweet spot to swap is going to be between 4 and 6 stacks, okay? So tanks, swap, 4 to 6 stacks. Somewhere there. Okay, somewhere in that range. This is the sweet spot so that you can try to keep, you know, the damage, you know, manageable and not have to waste too many resources on it. In order to swap, basically, the other co-tank, right? Your co-tank needs to be looking at the boss, or, you know, targeting the boss, and they need to provoke. And basically, that's just swap to the aggro, so now they have the top aggro, right? And you're just provoking the boss off of each other. Now, this has to happen throughout phase 1 multiple times, so you need to be keeping an eye on your tanks. I'll try to call it out, but, you know, just make sure you're still watching your co-tank's party list. Before you reprovoke, please make sure that your thunder resistance down buffs have fallen off. There is a timer associated with it, so until that timer falls off, do not provoke again. If you do too early and your stacks are still there, it'll just keep counting up higher, and it will not refresh the number of stacks you have, so please be careful. Okay? Now, translate English out. Oh, no worries, sorry. So after the autos go out, we're going to have the first major tell for this fight, which is going to be the tethers, okay? Once the tethers go out, basically this is telling you what you need to do for a later mechanic that we're going to call hand. It's telling you the way you need to dodge that hand, okay? So, when the tethers go out, half of the lines will be tethered at once. Then the tethers will snap. Then the boss will tether the other half of the lines, and then the tethers will snap again. And the position of her hand, of the boss's hand, is telling you the way you need to dodge her hand later. If the boss's palm, the palm of her hand, is facing towards us and your tether snaps, that means you have a forwards hand dodge, okay? And you have the back of the boss's hand facing towards us. That means you have a backwards hand dodge, okay? And you need to memorize which direction you have for later, okay? So what does it actually mean to do your hand dodge? Let's talk about that, right? So, when you get your hand timer associated with you, right, so the tether snap, you'll have a debuff applied to you, a personal debuff. It has your own timer. It's not necessarily going to be the same as the other people in your party. So please make sure you are always checking your own timer regularly throughout phase 1. But once it ticks down to about like 5 seconds, you're going to see like a clock icon above your head, and it'll have a bunch of dots in it, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once it counts down to 0, a hand will appear either in front of or behind your character, overlapping your character. Your goal here, like I said, is to dodge out of the way of the hand, and also dodge out of the way of other people. Now, how do you do that? All you're going to do is bring yourself over to the edge of the arena. So look at these waymarks. This is pretending like this is like the southern half of the arena, and like the waymarks are like the edge of the arena, okay? So let's just practice this together. Everybody with me in the middle. Okay, let's say our timer is ticking down, and everyone here has a forwards hand, okay? We have a forwards hand. So let's say it's ticking down. 5, 4, 3, 2, where are we going? We're going to the edge, right? Find yourself a spot on the edge, okay? And we all had forwards hands. Which way are we going to face? Forwards, towards the inside of the arena, forwards, okay? So now it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where are we dodging? Forwards, inside the arena. Yep, that's it. And that's how you do a forwards hand dodge, right? Very straightforward. Okay, so let's reset positions. Let's say we're waiting, and ooh, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2. Where are we going? To the edge. But this time we have backwards hands. Where are we going to face? Backwards, meaning towards the outside of the arena, away from the inside, outside of the arena. Yep. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where are we dodging? Towards the inside. Exactly. Always towards the inside, towards the boss if you want to say it like that. But yeah, towards the inside. Okay. The direction of your dodge is always going to be the same, right? The only thing that changes is which way your character is facing before the hand goes out. Okay. Now, to be clear, just in case this is relevant for anyone, if you are on legacy controls for your character, right? If you're on legacy camera movement, you will be like me, and you can pivot very quickly, like this, and you move at full speed. So it's not really that different to do a backwards hand dodge. If you are on standard movement, you will have a slower walk backwards, like this, okay? If that is you, that is okay. You can still do backwards hand dodges. The only thing that changes is that you might need to move like a little bit earlier. So rather than maybe waiting for like the 1 second mark, maybe move at like the 1.5 second mark. Or the best way to do this is just honestly pop sprint. Okay, there's nothing really in phase 1 that requires sprint, so just use your sprint here to make the hand dodge really easy because it'll negate the effect of the slow debuff that's applied to you, and you can move at full speed regardless. Okay? Cool. Great. Any questions about anything we talked about so far? Say yes if you're good, no if you need me to explain more. Oh, okay. Calathea, do you need me to explain something again? Oh, okay, no worries then. Cool, moving on. So after the tethers, okay, we're going to have the next mechanic, which is going to be the lasers, okay, the fans. There's going to be a fans going into the arena. They're going to be lining up along the outside edge, okay? So look at this, like, the waymarks. Let's pretend that there's a fan on each one of these waymarks, okay? When they light up, that is signaling that they're about to fire out a laser in front of them that's cleaving all the way through the arena, so that whole lane is unsafe, okay? So let's practice dodging, okay? Basically for this mechanic, all you need to do is dodge, the lasers. The best way to do it is to stand on the intersection of 2 safe lanes that is endangering 2 danger lanes, okay? And then you just dodge into the bad one at a time. So let's pretend that there's a fan here at C, okay? And let's pretend there's another fan here at 2, okay? Where can we stand that's going to initially be safe, okay? Show me with your bodies on our little grid here. Okay, remember, the C and the 2 lane are danger lanes, okay? So anything in here we want to clear out of the way. Cool. So let's say, boom, the C lane fires off. Where are we dodging into? Into the bad. Dodge into the C lane. Okay, and then boom, the 2 fires off. Where are we dodging into? Into the bad. Beautiful, right? And that's it. All you have to do is dodge at least twice. The mechanic will fire off 4 times, but you have to dodge a bare minimum of twice. Okay, and that's it. That is the fans. Cool. Now that we have the fans done, now we're going to enter into like the branching pathways for this fight. Okay, so for phase 1, there's several different things that could happen next. We're going to talk about them all though. So the first thing that can happen is arrow. If arrow is cast between the 1, 2, and 3 waymarks, there's going to be a big blue blob. If you stand inside the blue blob, you are going to die. So don't stand in the middle. Just don't stand in the middle. What are you going to do? Stand on the 1, 2, or 3 waymark, whichever one is your closest one. Pick your favorite. And you will just ride the knockback once the middle explodes towards the corners. Okay, just ride the knockback. Very straightforward. If this is death, okay, if death is cast, what you want to do is get to the corners of the arena, the A, B, or C waymark. Again, go to the closest one. Once you're in the corner, you're going to ride the pull-in towards the center. Okay, you're pulled in towards the center. There's going to be a big black shadowy blob exploding between the 1, 2, and 3. Once the blob explodes in the middle, then you dodge into the blob. Dodge into the bad because there's going to be a donut AoE. And the safe spot is between the 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Cool. Great. So if you're familiar with the Dun Skate Alliance raid, this is very similar to that. Okay, so if you're familiar with that, it's almost exactly like that. Now, note, if you get hit by either part of this death mechanic, you will get a damage down, you will take damage, and you will get the Doom debuff, okay? Doom, exactly. If you get afflicted with Doom, that means you have like 5 or 6 seconds for that to be cleansed, otherwise you will drop down to the floor regardless of you being at full health. How do we avoid this fate? Healers, every single healer have Esuna on your hotbar. This is an instant cast spell that you can use to cleanse the Doom debuff, okay? Light Party 1 healers, you are going to work from the top of your party list to the bottom of your party list. Light Party 2 healers, you're going to go from the bottom of your party list to the top of your party list, okay? And this will be the same thing for Res Prio. If you are really fast and have good ping, you can probably catch 2 people at max. Otherwise, 1 person. So, if you're someone like saying like, oh, I'm just going to rely on my healers to Esuna me every time, don't do that, okay? You're probably going to die if you're going to rely on your healers to cleanse you every single time. It is, a treat, a delight if they get to cleanse you, but don't expect it, okay? You need to learn how to reliably dodge this, okay? Cool. And this is the same thing that will be applied to you if you get hit by a hand. So this is why I keep saying you need to take your hands to the edge to dodge, okay? If you get hit by your own hand or hit someone else with the hand, the same things apply and the same doom will apply. So please be careful with the hands, okay? Cool. The last thing that can happen up here is going to be flares. If it is flares, every 1 person in each alliance will get the angled brackets above their head, okay? These people need to take it to their respective alliance's corner. So A goes to A, B to B, C to C. Okay, and I mean all the way to the corner. If you are a melee or a tank, yes. Everybody please move your character. Everybody lose your character right now. I think we're good because of the fan stuff, but hopefully everyone's still good. Yeah. You need to fully disconnect to the boss if you are a melee or a tank. Okay. You cannot greet this if you are too close to everyone, which is to the safe spot, which is going to be underneath the boss's chin for everyone else. Then you will kill everyone. Okay. So please do not greet it. Yeah, just don't greet it. Just fully disconnect from the boss and get to the corner. Okay. Once the flares explode, then there's going to be light party stacks. So if you remember the light parties that we did before, these ones here, right? All you're going to do is translate that underneath the boss. So looking at the boss, B1 is right under the boss's chin. A1 goes to the left, C1 goes to the right, and then light party 2 of each alliance just goes to basically along the boss's hitbox, okay? So we're not asking people to go spread out to Narnia. Please do not run all the way out. Just, spread out enough so that the AoE centered on each healer do not overlap each other. Okay, cool. And that's flares. There's a few other mechanics that we can that will show up later, but we'll just go ahead and get a pull in. Okay. I just wanted to see some stuff. Ready check. Yes, if you're ready. No, if you have a burning question. Oh, Narnia. Nah, there's no Tumnus. He's like taking a vacation or something. I don't know. Cool. Everybody pop your food. Make sure our warriors are well nourished, and let's get going. 16 seconds on the clock. Do we have a dancer? We don't. We do have samurais, so we'll do 16 seconds. Okay, here we go. Sages, cardia, dancers. We don't dance with cardia. Scholars, summoners, summon your pets. Reapers, harvest that moon if we have a reaper. We don't have. Okay, whatever. Okay, this is out and away from the boss. Melees and tanks, feel free to greet it. Just make sure you are using your self-mitigation, self-heals. Okay, this is left side, left hand, left side, left hand. Uh-huh. Okay, we can wiggle on out. We're gonna get ready for a bleed wide. Let's make sure we get some mitts down. Feints, addles, reprisals, the works. Dismantles. Yeah, I want to see some wrenches in there. Okay, spread out and let's look for our tethers. Spread out a little bit. If you're tethered now, you're going to be dodging backwards. Backwards for your hand. Remember that, backwards. And if you are tethered right now, you are dodging forwards. Forwards for your hand. Okay, remember that. Look behind you. You got the fans and lasers. Dodge them one at a time. Tanks, check your co-tank. See if you should be provoking right now. And dodge into the bad, one at a time. Okay, this is flares. Once it's safe, take the flares to the corners. Everyone else, boss's chin, boss's chin. Don't greet it with the flares. Okay, light party stacks, light party stacks. Okay, nice. Right side, right hand, right side, right hand. Beautiful. Take these hands to the edges. First round of hand dodges. To the edge. Bring it to the edge. Edge, 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 edge. Okay, more hands to the edge. Cleanse those dooms, healers. Cleanse those dooms if you can. Hands to the edge. Even more hands to the edge. Even more hands to the edge. Take them to the edge. Okay, this is, break, look towards the, eastern sky? Eastern sky. Okay. Keep it going. Right side, right hand. Use your knockback prevention here. Knockback prevention. Surecaster arm's length. This is death. Mind the suck. And now you dodge in. And this is more fans and lasers. More fans and lasers. We're going to dodge these. Tanks. Check your tank. Oh, co-tank once again. See if you need to provoke. Okay. Hands when it's safe to the edge. Wow. This is death again, so you want to get to the corners. Corners, corners, corners. And now you dodge in. Wow. That was neat. Okay, go ahead and wipe it. This is our raid void into phase 2. Nice job. pretty cool that we made it this far with the first pull, though. Like, okay. Okay. I see some people studied. Uh-huh. Okay. 1 second. No worries. Aw, thank you. Thank you. So, let's talk about what we saw, right? So at the very beginning, we had the Blades of Darkness, right? So if that wasn't too bad, we just do the dodges as it's called out, nothing too sweaty, right? Then we had the Bleed Wide going into phase 2, okay? So just make sure, like I said, get those targeted bits out, okay? Reduce the damage as we can, and then we get into phase 1 proper. Let's see, while we're there, we have the tank auto, so hopefully people were seeing on the party list what those Thunder Resistance down debuffs look like, you know, and hopefully you saw those stacking up. Then we have the tethers, okay? So hopefully everyone understood what I was talking about when you said like a forward or a backwards hand, right? If you're having trouble remembering which one you have, either you could do like a echo macro, like it's like a /E, and then like, you know, you type the thing like forward or backwards, whatever. Right, something like that-ish, I forget. So you can do that for yourself. Or if you want, I like to use a physical reminder because I always have my phone with me in front of me. I will use my phone. So if I leave my phone face up, I know I have a forwards hand. If I flip it over, that means I have a backwards hand because I'd like to have like that physical reminder in front of me. Okay? But do what works best for you. Okay? Okay. Disassemble better than Tactician, I'm assuming. I forget which one is going to be really real with you. You can technically use both, but I would just spread it out. I would just use one and then use one for another later mechanic. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So then, after that, with the tethers, you know, you also hopefully saw your own timer. We had the fans, right? For the fans, honestly, you can kind of just follow the group if you really are struggling with it, but otherwise, it's just dodging one at a time into the bat, right? Then after that, we had, what did we have? Did we have death first? No, we had flares, right? We had flares, yes. With the flares, okay. So this is something that's going to be a consistent pattern throughout phase 1, is that, you know, the next mechanic is going to be seen and called out before it's ready to be done. So like for fans, you know, I'm calling it out. It's only like after like the second one. There's still 2 more lasers happening. So please make sure before you start moving to get to the safe spots, check, is the way you're going safe, right? You still have to respect the mechanic you're currently doing before you move. So just make sure you're not walking into a bunch full, you know, a face full of lasers on the way to the safe spots, right? Okay. No worries, I'll talk about that, yeah. So, once you did the flares, the light party stacks actually looked really good. So I'm happy to see that. This had tripped people up a lot, so that was really good. Good job on that. After the flares, we had a hand dodge, right? So in phase 1 proper, Blade of Darkness will repeat itself again. So just make sure you're either respecting the hand dodge or out and away. Okay? Cool. After the hand dodge, we had the first round of actual hands. So people, you know, took those to the edge, right? That's where you do the dodges, and we did that like a bunch of times in a row. So just make sure, healers, whenever there's hand dodges going out, get ready to cleanse. Like, have Esena on the ready, okay? After that, we had like a break mechanic, right? For break, if there's a break mechanic, basically the boss is going to summon a bunch of ads, a bunch of floating eyeball ads. The game here is that you don't want to look at the boss or the ads, okay? Don't want to look at any of those. The way to tell where the safe spot to look is to where to look is that you're just going to look either towards A or towards C, towards the direct west or direct east. If there is a floating eyeball ad in either direction, right? In A, you're just going to look directly to the east. If there's a floating eyeball ad in the east, you're going to look directly west. It's one of those 2 options will always be safe, okay? And if you don't want to do that, you can always just try to thread your gaze between the ads. You know, it's okay too, but just the easiest way is just to look either direction and pick the one that doesn't have the ad in it. Okay, cool. Then following that, we had another Blade of Darkness dodge. So the second time that Blade of Darkness happens in phase 1, this is important. You want to use your knockback prevention halfway through the Blade of Darkness cast. Why? because after the Blade of Darkness cast, she's going to be using a stored mechanic. It's either going to be an arrow or in death. That's what like the prefix there is, an arrow or in death. It's stored. And basically, you know, in order to make it way easier, you just use your knockback resistance here. Why? Because if it's arrow and you have knockback resistance, you don't have to move. Literally, all you have to do is just not go in the middle and not die there, and you can just stay where you are. Easy. If it's death, that means you don't have to book it to the corner to quickly, you know, make sure you're ready for the pull-in. All you have to focus on is dodging into the middle after it explodes. So it simplifies the next mechanic a ton. If you're wondering what the tell is for whether or not it's going to be a stored arrow or stored death, basically at the beginning of phase 1, she's going to have this whole entire like call out announcement thing with like the text and everything, and she's saying like death in my titties or wind bad in my titties, and she's like announcing it. So you can like remember it then. Honestly, I just pop my knockback resist and I don't even bother remembering it because I'm just like, if I use my knockback resist, it doesn't matter, right? I can see by the time it goes out what exactly it is, so it doesn't matter. I don't have to pre-position. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, you'll see it. Yeah, more or less the same thing. After that, we had another death pull-in. So that's when we had to book it to the corners, right? Book it to the corners so that you're ready for the pull-in, and then you dodge it. And yeah, that was all of phase 1 that we saw. Any questions about that? Say yes if you are good. Say no if you need me to explain something at the end. Okay. No worries, don't be scared. Okay, cool. The last new mechanic that we haven't seen for this phase 1, okay, there's one new mechanic, is Wild Charge, okay? If you're not familiar with what a Wild Charge is, basically it's a series of repeated line AoEs, okay? And the people in the front take more damage than the people in the back, okay? So, in order to resolve Wild Charge, also known as Rapid Sequence Particle Beam, all we're going to do is get into our alliance stacks. So look at the 1, 2, and 3 way marks right now, okay? Alliance A will go behind the 1, Alliance B will go behind the 2, and Alliance C will go behind the 3. In nice straight conga lines. The tanks need to be in the front of their parties. Both tanks need to be in the front. If people are in front of the tanks, you will die, okay? So make sure your tanks are in front of you. Everybody else, like I said, just conga line behind them. In order to survive this mechanic, tanks use a 30 or a 40% mitigation. You don't have to use both, just one or the other, but just enough mitigation so you can live through the damage because there's a lot. Healers, you gotta heal. There's a lot of damage going out. Okay, so white mages, if you plop down your Liturgy of the Bell, your Lily Bell, perfect for this. Repeated line AoEs, this is screaming Lily Bell, okay? Sages, pop your Panheima, pop your Philosophia, spam your GCD shields, okay? Lots of great healing there. Scholars, use your Seraphism, okay? And just GCD shield. We don't have an Astrologian, but for that you could use your Macrocosmos to heal up the damage afterwards, and then also just Neutral Sect and GCD shield. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, that's Wild Charge. For that, just make sure you are in your proper alliance stack, okay? If you are in the wrong place, in the wrong stack, you could possibly bait a laser to another alliance, and so they'll take 2, and everyone will instantly die. So, don't do that, okay? Cool. Yeah. Otherwise, let's get going. 16 seconds on the clock. Actually, no. I'm gonna get a drink real quick. My throat is parched. BRB. Okay, I am back. Ready to check one more time. Say yes if you're good to go. No if you need me to explain something. Let's see. Oh, yes. So for the hands, you really would like to be at the edge. So, if there's no one there, yes, technically, but like on the other side, like it's hard to predict other people's movements. So if everyone else is assuming that anywhere else in the middle-ish is safe. So if you are not bringing it all the way to the edge, and someone just stops moving somewhere in the middle, and you're there, you're gonna slap them. So use your best judgment. Generally, though, the edge is the best place to take it. Okay, cool. 6 seconds on the clock. Count it out now. Out and away. Get out and away from the boss. Man, like the tanks will be able to greet it. Just thank your healers later. Right side, right hand. Right side, right hand. Okay, we're going to get this bleed white in. Feints, addles, reprisals, the works. Wrenches. Okay, split up and search for your tethers. If you're tethered now, you're going to be dodging backwards. If you're tethered now, you're dodging forwards. Fans and lasers behind us, make sure we dodge those. Tanks, check your co-tanks, see if you need to provoke. Oh. Okay, this is flares. We're gonna take these to the corners. Everyone else, boss's chin. And light party stacks. Get your light party stacks. We did so good last time. Lovely. Left side, left hand. Left side, left hand. And we're gonna have a first round of hands here. Take them to the edge. Alright, all the way to the edge. More hands to the edges. Healers, keep cleansing. Keep cleansing if we can. Even more hands to the edges. Even more hands to the edge. This is break. Look towards the eastern sky. Eastern sky. Say hi to Glinda. Yeah, she's really popular right now. Right side, right hand. Right side, right hand. Knockback prevention here. Knockback prevention. Arm's length or short cast. Don't be in the middle. This is arrow. Okay. Res our frequent flyers, and let's get ready for some more fans and lasers to dodge. Tanks, once again, check your co-tank. See if you should be provoking here. Okay. And this is, more hands. We're going to take those to the edge once it's safe. Once it's safe, take them to the edge. Yeah. Cleanse if we need to. Cleanse if we need to. This is death. Get to the corners. Get to the corners, corners. Did I mention the corners? Yeah. And now you dodge in. Wow. Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh. Like everyone's alive. Holy shit. Y'all are killing it. And we're going to wipe. We're going to wipe. Go ahead and reset. Nice job, y'all. I'm very shocked. Like, everyone was actually alive for that. Okay. Y'all some fast learners. Okay. I see how you do. That happens. Okay. So, we did not get the wild charge again, huh? Okay. Well, once we ever do get the wild charge, hopefully y'all will be as prepared for it as we are for everything else. So, things I'm seeing, right? Once again, remember, if the call is going out, make sure you're respecting the current mechanic before you move out. So, like, if you have the flare, don't just book it to the corner. Make sure you're still dodging the lasers on your way out, okay? Other thing, I don't think it's happened yet, but, if, like, let's say that, like, you aren't going to make it to the corner with your flare, right? You're like, oh, shoot, I realized too late. What you can do is just run off the edge of the arena. If you die with your flare, the flare will not pop and everyone will be safe. So that'll be a very worthy sacrifice if that's the case. Other things I'm seeing for people who are taking their hands out, remember the front edge counts as an edge. If you are a melee or a tank especially, you can feel free to do your dodges like right underneath where the boss is at the front edge. That counts. Just like, again, make sure you are facing the correct way, either in towards the inside of the arena or out towards the outer arena. And then just do your dodge. Okay? So you don't have to go all the way to the outer edge, like all the way to the south. Especially if you're like, oh shoot, I'm never going to make it. It's so far. Like, you don't have to go that far. Just use the front edge. It's okay. Yeah. Other things I'm seeing. I think that's the main ones. I guess I'll mention this now. I didn't want to mention it first because I want people to do it right. But if you're struggling with your hand dodge, you are able to use gap closers and dashes to help you do it. You can use your hand dodge that way. But I reiterate this. In order to successfully use your gap closer or dash for this, you must wait for the last possible second, okay? You cannot use it early. If you use your gap closer too early, all you're going to do is drag your hand towards the center where everyone thinks they're safe and they're just chilling. You're gonna slap like a dozen people and everyone there has doom. And, there's zero chance that all the healers can cleanse that, so yeah. Make sure you're properly using your gap closers and dashes if you are choosing to do that route. Do not use it early, okay? Okay. Let's see. Do we have a person who said that they needed a second? Are they back, Callista? Lovely. Okay. So, we technically saw phase 2. Do we want to talk about the phase 2 transition? We could start talking about it. But I don't want to rush people. Like, if people here don't feel ready and they just want more phase 1 practice, that's totally fine. And that's like the only goal today, right? The goal for today is to clean up phase 1 and get consistent with phase 1. Phase 2 is an extra. Okay, let me just do a ready check. Yeah, say yes if you want to talk about phase 2. Say no if you just want to focus on phase 1 for now. It is okay for either option. Okay. Yeah, seems like a lot of people are just wanting to focus on phase 1 for now, so let's just focus on phase 1 for now. That's totally chill. Okay, so 16 seconds on the clock, and let's get going again. Okay, so especially if you're struggling with any of the positioning here, feel free to just stop DPSing the boss. Like, still do your responsibilities as, like, tank or healer or whatever. Get mitts out if you need to. But if you're struggling with remembering where to go and stuff like that, just stop hitting the boss. It's okay. We're not going to clear today. The goal is just to get consistent with phase 1 for right now. Out and away, out and away. Okay. Dodging underneath that right side, right hand. Right side, right hand. Okay, beautiful. Easy peasy. Bleed wide here. Feign saddles, reprisals, dismantles, whatever. Brace for impact. Alright. Split up and search for your tethers. I'm gonna look familiar over here. If you're tethered now, you're gonna be dodging forward for your hand. Forward. And if it looks like she's about to smash the beer can on her forehead, you're dodging backwards. Okay, fans and lasers to dodge. Tanks, check your co-tank. See if you got a provoke. Okay. We're bobbing, we're weaving, we're flaring. Okay, when it's safe, take the flares to the corners. Everyone else, boss it in. Okay, to your light party stacks, light party stacks. Okay, left side, left hand, left side, left hand. Take those hands out to the edges, edges, edges. Remember the front edge is an edge. You can use it. Okay, even more hands to the edge. Even more hands to the edge. Lovely, more hands to the edges. Keep on cleansing, healers. Keep on cleansing as best you can. Look to the western sky. Oh my god, she's wicked. But it's okay. We'll get her later, y'all. We'll find Alphabet later. Right side, right hand. Right side, right hand. Knockback prevention here. Knockback resist. Don't be in the middle. Just don't be in the middle. This is death. Mind the suck. And now you dodge it. Cleanse any dooms that we got. Fans and lasers to dodge. Tanks, check your tank. Co-tank. Okay. Hands to the edge once it's safe. Once it's safe. Hands to the edge. Hands to the edge. Okay. This is death. Get to the corners. Corners, 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 corners. Lovely. And now you dodge in. Yeah. Cleanse any dooms that we got. Cleanse any dooms that we got. Let's see this through. Let's just go ahead and see what phase 2 has. We didn't talk about it, but let's just explore. Get a preview. Okay, if you know what your phase 2 spot is, get to your phase 2 spot. If you don't, you know, have fun. Just explore the arena. See what's out there. Ooh. Okay, if I were a tank, I would provoke my target, whatever that target's supposed to be. Maybe the main boss, maybe one of these new Stygian Shadow ads that have spawned. Uh-oh. What are those? Ooh, here's a raid wide. Ouchies. Probably want to admit that in the future. Okay. The ads are doing something. I wonder what it means. Ouchies. What are these towers? Boom. Beautiful. Go ahead and reset. Right? Yes. If you have ever done E9S, so Eden 9 Savage, this should be very familiar to you. It's why I love this fight. Like, Eden's Promise was my first Savage raid tier because I started playing the game in Eden's Promise. So I have a bunch of nostalgia and a lot of reverence for this fight. So yeah, this has become like probably one of my favorite fights of the entire game because of it. Oh yay! A lot of Shadowbringers babies. No worries. Okay, so yeah, that was a preview of phase 2. We're not going to talk about that right now. Let's see. Yeah, let's get another phase 1 pull-in. Let's get another phase 1 pull-in, and then maybe we'll talk about phase 2, okay? Ready, check yes if you're good, no if you need me to explain something else. Yeah, let's try to get one more good phase 1 pull-in, and then maybe we'll talk about the transition to phase 2. I think a lot of people are getting caught off guard by the death. So remember, if it's death, you gotta book it to the corner, okay? You do not have to go to your alliance's corner, right? That's only for flares. Just go to the closest corner and just book it over there, okay? Luxy Brave, are we good to go? Let's see. Is there always an end death and arrow first and a normal one second? So death and arrow, oh, so you mean after the second Blade of Darkness? So for the second Blade of Darkness, we'll always have an death or an arrow, and then later there should be, there could be, so it kind of depends on the timeline. We've had flares early, like every single time, so it hasn't been able to see the other patterns. So no, the answer is no, but it's only because we haven't seen the other patterns, unfortunately, because RNGesus has not been kind to us. Okay, Lexi Brave, you ready? Cool. Okay, cool. Then let's go. 16 seconds on the clock. Hopefully we see the other pattern first. I don't know why we haven't seen Wild Charge a single time yet. It's like getting concerning. Because like, as much as y'all are kind of getting phase 1, I don't want to send you off without having ever experienced Wild Charge. Like, that's crazy. Because then it's like, are you ready for phase 2 Prog? Kind of. But like, you haven't seen all of the mechanics. But like, yeah. Left side, left hand. I'm sure we'll get the Wild Charge this time. Surely. Oh, no way. Bleed wide. Brace for impact. Beautiful. Split up and search for your tethers. Okay. If the back of her hand is facing towards you now, ooh, you are dodging backwards. And if the palm of her hand is facing you now, ooh, you are dodging forwards. Forwards, forwards, forwards. Fans and lasers to dodge. Tanks. Check your co-tank. See if you need to provoke. Oh my god. Flares, my bad. Light party stacks, light party stacks. Right side, right hand, right side, right hand. After this is going to be the first round of hand, so we're going to take these where? To the edge, to the edge. Lovely. Okay, more hands to the edges, more hands to the edges. Hands to the edges. This is Break. Look towards the eastern sky. Say hi to Glinda again. Oh my god, she's still so popular, y'all. Thank goodness. Right side, right hand. Right side, right hand. Knockback prevention here. Knockback prevention. Don't be in the middle. Don't be in the middle. Alright. Reserve frequent flyers here. And we're going to have more fans and lasers. Hands to the edges, hands to the edges. Oh my god. This is arrow. Knockback. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. And whee! Okay. Not half bad. Let's go ahead and reset. Reset. Maybe still haven't seen Wild Charge. Okay, we're gonna talk about. Oh, no worries, Deji. It's totally fine. Oh, no worries. Yeah, the Wild Charge isn't based on the damage. It's just based on the whatever random pattern she chooses. So either it could be flares. We've just been getting flares early every single time. So it's either arrow / death early or it's flares early. And that sets the timeline for the phase 1. But yeah. We've just been really unlucky with the RNG and keep getting flares early every single pull. But that's okay. We'll make do. Let's go ahead. I'll just briefly talk about the transition to phase 2. Okay? Yeah, so for phase 2, what's going to happen is at the end of phase 1, the boss is going to channel a raid wide, okay? So we want to get more targeted bits in there, reduce that damage down. Once the raid wide goes out, boom, the arena changes into what we're seeing here, into this arena, okay? But once we take the damage, the boss is going to start channeling a bleed wide. So we want to re-up the bits, get those targeted bits down again, another round of them, get some heals out, okay? Get some more shields out, some regens out, okay? Once that's done, then we'll get into our phase 2 spots. What are our phase 2 spots? I'm glad you asked. Let's go ahead and discuss that. So, If you look at this, these waymarks are representing our phase 2 spots, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the 4 corners of tiles. A and C are the platforms, okay? That's what these are representing. I'm going to share a site right now, and I want everyone here to have it handy. Open it up. I want you to open this on your monitor, second monitor, your phone, your Samsung fridge, whatever works for you, okay? Just make sure you have this open. This is going to be your guide to phase 2, okay? So very important. I put it into the chat, into the VC chat, into the thread for the run, so please just make sure you have it open. Once you're on the page, make sure at the top of your page, it says COD car, okay? The COD car strat is the only strat that we will be using on any scheduled run on this server, okay? So if it's coming with the raid bot, the sign up and everything, it's going to be COD car, okay? We are not going to be using Aurelia for any scheduled runs, so please make sure you are using the right strat for this, okay? After that, just plug in the information about your light party, okay? So whichever alliance you're in, what role you are, which light party you're in, and then it'll generate a nice little cheat sheet at the bottom of your screen. At the top of it, it should say where you are supposed to be going for phase 2. So if I were on tiles, it would say something like, you know, northwest, front, left tiles. Or if I'm on platforms, it say like right, east platform or something like that, right? So please go to the spot where your phase 2 is supposed to be, okay? If you are on tiles, I want you to go to the waymark, the 1, 2, 3, or 4 associated with your tile and get into the idle position. Find the box that says idle, okay? And stand around the waymark, treating it as the middle tile in between you and the other 2 players, okay? So that middle tile should be empty and stand around the waymark in your idle spot for tiles. If you are on platforms, it should say like left, west, or right, east, okay? A is the left, west platform. C is the right east platform. And so please make sure you're going to your correct platform right now. Once you are there, I want you to get into the spread position. Find the box that says spread, and I want you to go into the spread position. Now, take note, by default, COD car is done wall relative. This means the north, quote unquote, your new north is facing the wall, and that's where the tank is. They're on the top edge, they're at the wall, okay? That is your relative north. Where I'm jumping, on this platform, this is the relative north. On the other side, where I am jumping, this is where the tank should be. This is your relative north, okay? If you are new to wall relative, and that's too confusing, there is a toggle at the top right of your little cheat sheet that should say that true north, and it'll automatically rotate the images to be true north for you. Otherwise, COD car is wall relative, okay? Cool. Yeah. Otherwise, let's make sure we're getting to our phase 2 spots, okay? And on our platforms, like I said, let's get into the spread position for our platforms. Spreads. Okay. Let's see. I'm missing a melee over here. Is it Rothy, or is it Milady? Milady, are you melee? So you'd be over here on the northwest relative. Yep. Great. Okay, that looks good so far. Let me check over here. These tiles. That looks good. Okay, so for my melee, you'd be down here. Cool. Who is my tank over here? Oh, okay, cool. And then over here, Neji, yep, good. Cool. Okay, great. Okay, looks like everyone found their phase 2 spot. So when I say, you know, get topped off and then get to your phase 2 spot, this is what I mean. So for my tiles gang, everyone has to be on their own separate tile. If you saw before, if you're sharing a tile with someone else, you're going to fall to the floor and die. So don't let that happen. Be on your own tile in your idle spot, okay? For platform gang, you don't actually have to be in your spread position. This was just so I knew everyone's actually at the right place, but you do need to be on your platform, okay? For everyone, don't be in any of the orange arena. If you're on any part of the arena that's highlighting orange, is going to fade away and you will fall to the floor and you will die. So please make sure you are on solid ground, okay? So for platform people, be on your platform, okay? Cool. Great. After that, the boss is then going to use a third raid wide. So healers and everyone with mitt, like healers, top people off. Make sure they are healthy, okay? And everyone else with mitt to share or shields, whatever, get those out, okay? Because there's another raid wide. After that, basically every role will have another job. Tanks, you need to provoke, okay? Even if you had top aggro, you're going to need to provoke again. Okay, so going in, the tiles tanks, you provoke the main boss, the Cloud of Darkness. For our platform tanks, you will provoke the Stygian Shadows, which are the adds on their respective platform. Do not provoke the wrong target. If you provoke the wrong target, it is almost entirely a wipe. Because the adds will go to the wrong place, they'll go, flying to tiles and, impossible to resolve. Or the boss autos will go flying to the wrong person, double up, and kill someone. Also, very difficult to recover from. So, make sure you're provoking the right target. Range DPS. That's if you're a caster or a Fizz ranged, either one. You have a responsibility. You are going to see that there are Atomoses along the outer ring. They're the guys with the big mouths that are nice, big, and red. Okay, you probably recognize it from World of Darkness. You need to kill the Atomoses ASAP. Ignore the Stygian Shadows and just kill the Atomoses. Why? If they're left alive, they will form a nasty red tether towards the closest player and start sapping their life, which is typically the Tiles healers. So don't let that happen, okay? They don't have a lot of health, but if they're left ignored, they become a real problem. So please make sure you take care of those first and then hit the Stygian Shadow. Healers, like I said, for the third raid wide, just make sure you're healing, okay? And yeah. As far as who you can hit for the rest of Phase 2, those who are on tiles, you focus the main boss, the Cloud of Darkness. For those who are on platforms, you hit the Stygian Shadow. You cannot cross streams, you cannot hit the other target. Those on platforms can't hit the main boss. Those on tiles cannot hit the Stygian Shadows. So you just have to hit your specific target. Okay? Yeah. We won't talk about towers now because I don't want to run out of time. But any questions about that? Yes, if you're good. No, if you need me to explain again. Cool. Okay, let's get some more practice in then. We'll do our Phase 1, and we'll try to see if we can get into Phase 2 and just getting to our spots correctly. Okay, cool. 60 seconds on the clock. Counting down now. Right, Wild Charge, please! I would feel so bad sending you guys off to a Phase 2 prog without ever having seen Wild Charge a single time. If it comes down to it, I might just have us wipe really early if we don't get arrow or death early, just so that I can guarantee you guys have seen Wild Charge at least once. It would make me really uncomfortable sending you guys to Phase 2 prog without knowing what to do for Wild Charge. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. I'll pay attention. Out and away. If the early mechanic is not arrow or death, we will wipe this early because I am insistent you guys must see Wild Charge at least once. So please be ready to wipe, just in case. Bleed wide. If you're tethered now, you're dodging forwards. If you're tethered now, you're dodging backwards. Yeah. Fans and lasers, make sure we dodge those. Tank, check your code tank, see if you need to provoke. Okay, this is death. Nice. Okay, corners. Go. Corners. And now you dodge it. Healers, cleanse. Hands to the edges. Okay, we're gonna finally have Wild Charge. To your respective alliances, please. Tanks in the front of everyone. Everyone else behind them. Be behind your tanks. Heal him it up. Yay! Hands to the edges. Oh, we saw it. Good job. That was really good, y'all. Okay. Okay, more fans and lasers. Tanks, once again, check your co-tank. See if you need to be provoking. Let's get the dead bodies off the ground. If you have a res to donate, that might be nice. Right side, right hand dodge. Knock back resist. Knock back resist here. Don't be in the middle. Do not be in the middle. This is death. Mind the suck. And now you dodge in. Cleanse, 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 cleanse. And hands, hands, hands to the edges. Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Hands to the edges. Okay. More cleanses. Flares. This is flares. Take the flares to the corners. Everyone else, boss's chin. Boss's chin. Nice. Hands to the edges. Hands to the edges. Hands to the edge, please. Let's get the bodies off the ground. Bodies off the ground, please, if we can. Nice. Raid wide. Let's make sure we get some bits in. Targeted bits. Perfect. Get topped off and then get to your phase 2 spot. Make sure you're healthy and get to your phase 2 spot. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. No need to greet it. Get to your phase 2 spot. Like you want to see? Lovely. Okay. Tanks, provoke your brand new targets. Range folks, get rid of the Atomoses. Healers, let's heal up. Make sure people are nice and healthy going into this. Okay. We're gonna have some, let's see, what are we doing? We're doing Third Art of Darkness on the platforms. Didn't talk about this, but like I said, it's good. This is spreads on the platforms, if you know what that means. And get in a tower. Wow, only one missed tower. Okay, y'all have us studied ahead. We'll just keep this run going, I guess. Oh, did I just see someone jump off? Oh my god. This is crisscross corner spots. Get to the safe spots. They're away from the platforms, basically. Squeeze in. Okay, we have another round of Atomoses here, so range folks get rid of those again. Okay, platforms, check your gaze timers. If you're short gaze timer, look out and away from anyone else. Aha. And now we have some bramble seeds. We don't have the waymarks for this, so like, plop them, I guess, where you like. What feels good to you? This is the donut AoE. We're gonna get up close and personal to the boss. It's the same thing as your swap spots for my tiles gang. That is okay. Gaze timer's out and away. Okay, there's enough people dead. We'll go ahead and reset it. Good job, everyone. Okay, we started this run at... Oh shoot, was this a 2 o'clock run? Right? So this was 2 o'clock. So that means we would be done at 3:30. Okay, so we have like 14 minutes left. Okay. Let's see. Can I explain towers in 14 minutes? Oh, yes. Yes, question. No, I will say anything beyond just getting to the phase 2 spots was stuff we didn't talk about. So, like, totally fine if you're confused. Do we melees have targets in the second phase? Yes. Like I said, if you are on the Cloud of Darkness, like if you're on tiles, you're just hitting the Cloud of Darkness. If you're on platforms, you're hitting the Stygian Shadows. You couldn't target anything? Were you standing close? Where are you on tiles? You're on tiles, right? Just make sure you're standing close enough to the boss. You should be able to target the main boss. Like, they're definitely there. Like, unless you're standing, like, way in the back of your tile. Like, you should be able to hit the Cloud of Darkness without much issue. Yeah. Okay. Okay, like 12 minutes? I don't think I can explain towers in that time. That's, like, really rushed. Especially because of Cloud of Darkness. So, we'll just focus on getting to phase 2 spots and everything. That's okay. Recheck. Cool. 16 seconds on the clock. Count it down now. If you're on mouse and keyboard, you can always just click on her, honestly. Like, no joke. Like, sometimes tab targeting... Oh, on controller. Then I don't know what your target button is, like, bound to. Left side, left hand. But there is a setting that lets you do it so, like, whatever you're targeting, like, it'll focus on whatever is, like, in a cone in front of you rather than just, like, anywhere. Right side, right hand, which might be helpful, but, yeah. Sometimes targeting the main boss can be a little bit janky. Yeah, focused targeting, though, would be really recommended, especially if you're on tiles, because your target doesn't change as a tiles player. You should always be hitting the main boss. You can just reselect your focus target. Split up and search for your tethers. If you tether now, she's slapping down on you, you're dodging forwards. If you're looking at her hand, she's going, dope! You're dodging backwards. Okay. Phantom lasers to dodge. Tanks, check your coat tank. See if you got a provoke. This is gonna be death. We're gonna get to the corners. Corners. And dodge on in. Cleanse any dooms. Healers to the edge. Or not healers, everyone to the edge. Hands to the edge. There we go. Healers cleanse, everyone else to the edge. We got some wild charges again. Wild charges to your alliance stacks. Tanks in the front, everyone else behind them. Heal limit up. Okay, great. Hands to the edges. That was really clean, y'all. Really clean. Okay, fans and lasers. Let's make sure we are checking our co-tanks to see if we need to provoke again. Okay, this is the left side, left-hand dodge, left side, left-hand dodge. Knockback resist here, knockback resist. Don't be in the middle. Okay, hands to the edges, hands to the edge. Try to res the dead, please. Try to res the dead. Donate some reses if you can. We're gonna have flares here. We're gonna take the flares to the corners. Everyone else, boss's chin. Okay, last round of hands. Take him to the edge. Hands to the edge. Okay, get the reses out again. If you have a res handy, just go ahead and donate it. Thank you. We're gonna get a raid white here. We're gonna take the damage, get topped off, and then get to your phase 2 spot once you're healthy. Okay, let's get to our phase 2 spots now. Okay, provoke your brand new targets. Range folks, get the Atomoses, healers, healing up. Okay, I guess everyone's in their phase 2 spot. Let's see. Did we all make it to our phase 2 spots? Yes, and everyone's live. Okay, would it be useful to keep seeing this? I don't think so, because he didn't talk about phase 2 at all. Okay, we're just going to wipe it. Go ahead and wipe it. Okay, what to do? Okay, I will give y'all an option, because looking at the calendar, it looks like we are the only Prog going until like 6 p.m., so like we don't have anyone else behind us. Or after us, rather. Okay, so question. I could explain towers now, but it's kind of a long explanation. It might take another 10 minutes just by itself to explain all of towers, because I explain both the tiles and the platform side, which are different. And then after that, we might have like one pull, right? And it would probably go overtime. That's why I'm saying this right now, right? Otherwise, the other option is we just practice exactly what we've been doing phase 1 and the transition into phase 2, and just wipe it again until we get that clean. And for that, I would guarantee that we would end on time and that we would not go overtime. So those are 2 options. So option 1, say yes if you would like option 1, which is explaining towers, but we will go overtime. Okay, there is a definite chance that we will go overtime because I'm trying to explain towers and then have us do at least one more pull. Option 2, say no if you want option 2, which is we're just going to do exactly what we've done here so far, which is, through the transition into phase 2 and then wipe it. And we'll just do that again and again until time ends, and we'll end on time. Okay, so please vote. Either option is okay. I just want to see what the group wants to do. I will not force people to stay here overtime if they need to go to. But that's, without saying, you're not forced to stay here overtime. Okay, I'm seeing some folks saying that they need to, option 1 was overtime, option 2 is just end right on time. So option 1 has the explanation of towers, option 2 does not. Looks like we have some folks who cannot afford to stay overtime, so which is fine. So we'll just go ahead, we'll just keep going with what we have, okay? So we're going to put 16 seconds on the clock, count it down now. And that's not a big deal. I would say as far as prog points go, this group is definitely probably really good with phase 1. I would say that definitely ready for phase 2, so like a towers prog. And whoever is teaching you towers is probably more than happy to explain towers to everyone. Especially given that it'll be a towers prog. Out and away. Left side, left hand. Bleed wide. Okay. She's about to smash the spear crown on our head. You're going backwards. She is about to give you the smackdown. You're dodging forwards. Okay. Hands and lasers. Tanks. Check a co-tank. Flares. Once it's safe, take them to the corners. Once it's safe, to the corners. Boss's chin for everyone else. Okay, light party stacks, light party stacks. Right side, right hand, right side, right hand. And we have the first run of hands. We're gonna take these to the edge, to the edge. Where are we going? To the edge. All right. More hands to the edge. More hands to the edge. Keep on cleansing, y'all. Keep on cleansing. Ooh, careful with the hands in the middle, please. East. Look to the east. Towards Glinda. Okay. We're gonna have a left side, left hand dodge here. Left side, left hand. Knock back, resist here. Knock back, resist. Don't be in the middle. Don't be in the middle. And now we dodge in. Cleansity dooms, cleansity dooms. Fans and lasers to dodge. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Tanks, check your code tank. Play hands to the edges. Hands to the edges once it's safe. Try to get some more reses out. There's a lot of dead bodies though. Uh-oh. Death to the corners. Death to the corners. Okay, and you dodge in. that's a lot of dead bodies. I don't think we're gonna get these up in time, so let's go ahead and reset. We'll try to get one more pull in. Oh, you under-released the knockback? No worries, that's totally fine. Yeah, if you're playing Warrior, you're gonna have to be on your own schedule a little bit as far as knockback resistance goes. Unfortunately, I cannot call that out for you. But yeah, you're just gonna have to be careful because sometimes you will not be able to ride the knockback or the pull-in like everyone else. Keep your hands reversed. Remember, you can make yourself an echo macro, or like I said, the physical reminder, your phone, a coin, whatever you have in front of you. That's like a really great physical reminder to help you do it. The other thing that you can do, worst case scenario, you can cheat off of other people's homework, because everyone should be facing the same way for their hand dodge. Like, everyone going out for a given hand timer has the same direction. Like, if yours is ticking down to 0, everyone else who's ticked down to 0 or whatever is ticking down has the same direction as you. So it's all forwards, all backwards, or all backwards, all forwards, right? If you have completely forgotten, you could technically look at what most people are facing and assume that must be the right way. But that's like a worst case scenario. Please don't rely on that. Yeah. Okay. Oh shoot, we are at time. Okay. Do we want to do another poll? We did start late. I'll do a ready check. Say yes if you want to do one last poll. Say no if you gotta go. If you gotta go, though, that's okay. Yes if you want to stay one more poll. No if you gotta go. It is okay if you do need to go. Okay, we'll do one more poll. Cool beans. Count it out now. Thank you for everyone for your patience. You don't understand the hand thing. Oh. Okay. Then after this poll, just stay in the call for a bit and I will explain again. No worries. Yeah. Left side, left hand. It's okay. The hands thing tends to be like one of the things I think that confuses a lot of people for this. Right side, right hand. Ooh, full uptime. Wow, this is the first time getting this pattern too. Oh. Wow. Bleed wide here. Target admits. Brace for impact. Unshrimp yourselves. I see you. I see you shrimping. Split up and search for your tethers. Beautiful. Ishi is about to smack down on you. You're dodging forwards. If you see that she is gonna smash that can on her head, yeah, you are dodging backwards. Backwards. Okay, Phantom lasers to dodge. Tanks, check your code tank, see if you need to provoke. Ooh, where am I going? There we go. Okay. We're gonna have arrow knockback here, so we're gonna get to the tips of the diamonds. 1, 2, or 3. Don't be in the middle. Oh. That's okay. Whereas our frequent flyers here, and let's get these hands to the edges. Hands to the edges, please. Oh, we're scoring death belaters. Death of my titties. Alright. This is wild charges. Get to your alliance stacks. Tanks in the front. Everyone else in the behind. Healing it up. Okay, hands to the edges. Nice job. Y'all are killing it with keeping people healthy for these wild charges, though. Okay. Phantom lasers. Tanks, check your code tank. This is the left side, left hand dodge. Knockback resist here. Knockback resistance. Don't be in the middle. Okay, this is death. We're gonna walk on in. Cleanse any dooms, hands to the edges, please. We're gonna have flares up next. We're gonna take these flares, where? To the corners. Everyone else, boss's chin. Okay, hands to the edges, edges. Oh, okay, nice job. Cleanse any dooms. Okay, here comes the raid button to phase 2. Let's get the bodies off the floor. Donate the reses if you have them. Donate the reses. Take the reses as fast as possible. Nice. Top everyone off, and then get to your phase 2 spots. Lickety split. Let's go, go, go. Okay, tanks, broke your brand new targets. Range folks, let's get those Atomoses out of here. Healers, let's make sure we're nice topped off, and health. Okay, we didn't talk about this, so we'll just see this through. Do your best. It's pairs on platforms. Get into towers when it's ready. Uh-huh. And boom! Ooh! That one hurt. Okay. So, that's all we have for today. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for attending. Okay. Thank you for those who filled in. Like I said, as far as Prog points go, comfortably, I think everyone here can be at Towers Prog, okay? So look for a group that says like phase 2 Towers. If you don't see anything that works for you on the schedule, feel free to use that Prog request, okay? We can't always honor every single Prog request directly, but at least it gives the leaders a sense of like, you know, how should we be scheduled? Is there a demand for this, right? So please use Prog request if you need to. And yeah, otherwise, I hope to see y'all in the future. Have a lovely rest of your days, nights, afternoons, what have you. And yeah, thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Y'all are too sweet. Toodaloo! Yeah, Caldea, let me go ahead and explain it to you again, because you're saying you were confused about the hands. Let's go ahead over that again. Yeah. So, when we were phase 2, right, we had the tethers. So, remember, when you were trying to figure out whether or not you have a forwards or a backwards hand, you're just looking at the boss's hand. Where is the boss's hand facing, right? If the palm of her hand is facing towards us, right? If it looks like she's going to, like, smack down on you, right? Like, bop you on the head. That means you have a